Hello, this is Jalan Besar Stadium, and on this Saturday evening we return here for the Singapore Premier League. It's BG Tampines Rovers versus Young Lions. Second from top versus second from bottom. Massive match as we get towards the end of the 2024-25 season. These are the matches on offer elsewhere. At the same time, we'll be keeping a very close eye on this. Tanjung Pagar United are hosting Lion City Sailors at Jurong East Stadium. The title could be decided tonight. Batista Khalsa will play Brunei DPMM right here at Jalan Besar tomorrow, and at the same time at 6 p.m. at our Tampines hub, Geylang International are hosting Albirex Niigata. Now let's just tell you the context of how things are shaping up for the league. With both the top two surprisingly losing in the last round, there's an 8-point gap here. So Lion City Sailors need just 2 more points from their last 3 matches. Remember, the last fixture of the season is the top two playing each other. It may well not come down to that. So we shall see. But BG Tampines Rovers, they know they just have to win everything from here on in and hope for results to go their way. Well, we had a chance to catch up with the 2 head coaches. This is what they had to say.
Hi, Coach. After the recent loss with Balestier, what has the team been focusing on to ensure victory tonight?
Yeah, it's not so much about focusing on something. We know what we want to do. We want to have a response, because after a setback like that, we know that wasn't acceptable, especially in the first half from us. So we are really focused on trying to make sure our comeback is a lot better than what we saw 2 nights ago.
Your previous encounter with the Young Lions resulted in a 5-1 win. How do you anticipate they might adjust their strategy, and how is your team preparing for potential changes?
Yeah, so again, we don't know what lineup they will put out there, but like I've said before, I think since the start of the year, Young Lions have improved a lot with their build-up. The last time, even though the score was as such, they gave us a lot of trouble when they had possession in the middle of the pitch, and so today is about doing better than last time, and especially 2 nights ago against Balestier, about making sure they don't have any progression through us and trying to force them outside and try to deal with that better.
Hi, Coach. The Young Lions just played against Tanjung Pagar a few days ago. How has the team managed physical recovery for today's match?
Yeah, I think that was what we focused on the past few 2 days actually. Okay, so most important thing is they are fully recovered and ready to go again today. Yep.
Your last encounter with Tampines resulted in a 5-1 defeat. What tactical changes are being made today to ensure a positive performance?
Yeah, first of all, definitely we don't want to concede from set pieces again. Okay, so that's one thing that we want to work on today. Okay, and definitely today, I mean, we need to be very, very compact. We need to be very, very defending strongly. Okay, and then, yeah, we just have to deny them space, and hopefully we can hold them as long as we can.
With the season drawing to a close, what are the primary objectives for the team in the final fixtures, both in terms of results and player growth?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, and of course the schedule has been very, very compact. Okay, what the most important is that I can have every player to be ready for all the remaining games. Okay, we have a lot of players out due to injuries, not available during for NS duties. So this is something that I think we have to manage from our side. Yeah.
Well, we have got with us here former Balestier Khalsa coach Hidir Kamis with me in commentary. Hidir, very good evening to you. And we are down to the last couple of matches. Now, you were commentating on Balestier Khalsa's win against BG Tampines Rovers in the last round of matches. Everyone was thinking, well, that's something they have to win, obviously. And they failed to live up to the expectations that night.
Yeah, I think the league, I was looking at the league's fixtures and I thought that the league organizers did really well to just put Sailors against BG Tampines as the last fixture of the season.
Right.
I don't think it will get there to decide the championship, but again, the last game BG Tampines played poorly, especially in the first half. Didn't create much at all. You look at the highlights on YouTube, you see a lot of Balestier Khalsa's attacks rather than BG Tampines. So they shot themselves in the foot, and this time around they just have to try to win the remaining games that they have and hope for the best for Sailors to drop points up until the last game of the season. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't give any indication there, but the mood in BG Tampines Rovers is there's got to be some dejection and disappointment and frustration and how once again they've had it in a good position to really tighten the race and they've thrown it away.
Yeah, I think it's not just about the last game. There were times in the seasons where they dropped too many points. They didn't win that game, didn't play really well as well. Even though they had all of the players available in terms of injuries or suspensions, I think they are one of the teams that are always having their first 11 playing. So he has a lot of choice in their options as well.
Muhammad Himli Fuad is the referee. Huang Xinjie and Kasi Gopikana are the assistants. Fahad Mohammed is our fourth official. VAR was very much involved here at Jalan Besar Stadium in the last match. Ahmad Akasha is now in charge of it today, along with Wahida Nasir. So, yes, they have to pick themselves up. Young Lions, I was actually commentating on the other game. We'll come to them in a short while, but here's the BG Tampines Rovers side. And Joel Chu, Irfan Najib come back in at the expense of Amirul Adli and Faris Ramli. That's pretty much a straight like-for-like changes, isn't it?
Yeah, tactically as well. I think Joel Chu came in and provided more in the second half because he was free roaming. But again, I think Faris Ramli, looking at his efforts in the previous game, deserves a rest and maybe looking for a bit of sharpness in this game to get that 3 points for the man sitting there, Mr. Gavin Lee.
Yeah, all he can do now is just hope to inspire his players for a couple more performances. Now, they had a 1-1 result against Young Lions, against Tanjung Pagar, excuse me, in the last match. And from that game, they have made 4 changes, with Firman Nabil making his debut in goal. He replaces Rauf Erwan, who came in for some criticism in that game. Rio Hardy makes way as well, is on the bench, and Daniel Crichton as well is on the bench. Akil Yazid comes in, as does Lim Tseng Woo. Bill Mamadou was a substitute that came on in the last match. He's also there. Now, Kan Kobayashi misses out. He apparently got injured. He didn't come off the pitch that night. Still feeling some tightness, but he is not available today. That is a huge miss for this man here, Fadzul Hasni.
Yeah, I think for him at this point in time, it's also about balancing the quality in the team. You have a lot of players out, a lot of changes as well. I think the last time I did a Young Lions game, I don't see the names that I see here in this match. So it's going to be tricky for BG because they don't know who's going to be playing which position. But I think in terms of quality, they should be in good spirits because they are definitely going to have a much easier time this evening as well.
Yeah, like you, I hadn't done a Young Lions game in a while, and the last game, exactly like you, I was looking at the sheet and it was a lot of different names. Amir Shafiz, by the way, has returned from suspension, so he's on the bench. He's been a regular, hasn't he? And he's been one of the important players for Fadzul Hasni Juraimi. I'm sure we'll see him at some point. Now, it was a match really lacking in quality, I've got to say, against Tanjung Pagar. But they started to show just a little bit of what they could do, this young Lions side. They were passing the ball around a fair bit, trying to play from the back. They'll be hoping to pick up a performance here today in this match.
Nah, it's definitely going to be tough playing against seasoned players and players of good quality as well. They have a lot to do here, especially the central players. The Kaisei Ogawa and also Jun Kobayashi just anchoring that midfield. And number 29, Russell Rumley leading the line for Young Lions.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with him actually the other day. I thought he did a very decent job. I'll tell you, the other guy that impressed me is on the bench here. He came off and provided an assist is Danish Hakimi, excuse me.
Yeah, looks like they're going to play 5 at the back. Andrew Au.
As in a wing back?
Yeah. Andrew Au, wing back, Akil Yazid, Bill, and Ikram, the 3 centre backs, and Shafi Nurhilman as the left wing back.
Also interesting to see that Jun Kobayashi has been, that slipped through. Inomoto up against his old side. Loose ball, that looked like it was goal bound from Shah Shahiran, and Bill Mamadou intervenes just in time.
Yeah, again, a bit of a mistake from Young Lions. A bit too early as well in terms of trying to give away easy balls. Good play, or rather good cross by Inomoto, but Bill Mamadou as well, being in the right place at the right time.
Well, he did say, Fadzu, they didn't want to concede off set pieces. Let's see how they defend this corner. Coming early on. Can they clear their lines? They seem that they have, looking to get that up towards Andrew Au.
I'm also again looking at Firman Nabil. No, we are not blessed in terms of quality in that position. But of course, it's still too early to judge. He's just making his debut. But you look at the presence in terms of his physicality. It doesn't look like somebody who has that height that to me is required in a goalkeeper.
That's a non-negotiable for you?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be really fantastic with your feet, but then you're not an outfield player or goalkeeper. Right. Your first and main job is to make sure that you keep the ball out of the goal.
Yeah, no doubt. Ralph Irwan is something like 165, and there was a goal that sailed over him from Salif Cisse in the last match, and you feel anyone of a height above 175 or so, or, something like that would have been able to easily handle that.
For me, in the Southeast Asian terms, you would be at least 177.
Right.
At least 177. Yeah. That would be good height for a Southeast Asian. But of course, you want to compete in a higher level, be a better quality goalkeeper, at least 1'8", 1'83", 6 foot.
Yeah, you're right. There aren't too many of those around at the moment. It's been a bright start from BG Tampines Rovers, who know that anything else less than a win, and they are handing it over to Lion City Sailors, who are playing at the same time.
2 corner kicks already at this point.
I don't think they've even got out of their half yet.
Yep. I think Gavin wanted a reaction. Gavin wanted a response.
That's true. Yeah. He did say that.
This is exactly what he wants to see, especially in the first 5 minutes of the game. To take initiative, to press high, especially when you're playing a team who is of a lower quality.
Yeah.
You have to force them to make mistakes nearer to their own goal as well. Free kick being given away by Jun Kobayashi.
A lot of set pieces already.
There's a miscontrol here. The ball bounced off his feet and went straight to the arm.
Slakovic, Yamashita, all standing over the ball.
Oh, looks like Yamashita is lining up. A big one.
Some distance out here, Yamashita. Right into the wall. Nakamura. Oh, the header in, and I think they know exactly what was going to happen next. Inamoto clearly offside.
Again, lucky for Young Lions, managed the line better. Inamoto just string in an offside position. Oh, maybe he was just a little offside because Akil Yazid was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, he did his job by scoring that goal.
So now, okay, they've determined that was
Yep.
indeed offside as we thought it was. But Young Lions really at the moment struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't get out of their half. They seem nervous on the ball. They're not as calm as they always are.
Ogawa up to Andrew Au. Akil Yazid back in the side. It's his brother Aizil who's the usual first choice keeper. Ogawa, first time we really got into this half, but again it doesn't last for very long. Here's Glenn Quay. Shafi is fouled.
Yeah, bit of a tuck on the jersey of Shafi by Glenn Quay. And again, this is where I think Young Lions should hold on to the ball a little bit more just to gain a bit of confidence, stroke the ball around. Yeah, you might not be needing to play the ball forward as soon as possible, but at least, have a few passes within the team to just get a bit of momentum as well.
Yes, Shahiran. Irfan Najib. Ogawa right on top of Shah there. Oh, Nakamura.
Very far away. Very far away as well. Oh, he didn't take any shot at all against Belasik outside. I think he was playing a little bit deeper than Shah Shairan in that game. Now he's finding himself now just outside the 18-yard, trying to curl it in from there, but really getting into his range.
Well, they're just really not able to hold on to the ball. Inamoto here, it's got to take the shot. It cannons off the crossbar. Bill Mamadou had to take no chances, heads it out for a corner.
Well, he didn't get any help as well. I thought Bill Mamadou, and no one was near him. The goalkeeper, Firman, could have made that shout, maybe to just chested it to him for him to collect it. But this was a good shot. He was in a good position as well. Just hit the underside of the bar. Quite unlucky as well. It didn't really roll or drop into or the behind the line.
No question of that crossing the line, by the way. No one putting up their hands. Well, they are just going to have a look, but it didn't look like there was any issue. Apparently it is tighter than we thought.
I don't think so. It didn't look like it crossed the line.
No, didn't look to me either. You're right.
Well, you look at the position of how they are setting up their corner kick. Right now, I don't think you can see from the screen, but we are in a perfect view to see. I think the ball is definitely going to end up with Siakonori on the other side. Yeah.
Oh! Well, well.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that is behind. Looks like it is behind the line.
Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting. I guess it's all about the angle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to us at the time that that would have crossed the line, and not a single player. I guess they were all quite far away.
Yeah.
What did you feel? You thought it was a decent shot as well from Inamoto?
Yeah, it was a good shot with power and onto the top corner. Of course, when you play those kind of powerful shots at the sides, it's quite difficult for the goalkeeper to get a save on it. Oh wow. Now you can look at the words coming out from the referee's mouth. I can't tell. From where he was standing, he can't tell whether it was a goal.
Well, look, fair enough, right? They've got to get this
yeah.
absolutely spot on. There's a title at stake. It takes as long as it takes, I guess. And there was a long checker, I believe, for the red card. Was it for Masahiro Sugita? That took a while the other day. That could have been a potential. Well, that should have been a potential game-turning moment, but BG Tampines Rovers didn't take advantage of it. And here it's a goal. Now, they've got to look at it from as many different angles as they can, determine whether all of the ball crossed all of the line.
Well, we saw that small little replay.
Yeah. And what helps, I guess, is that little, that puff of those rubber balls, those rubber beads.
Yep, on for review.
Having looked at it for quite some time, it has been adjudged to have crossed, and it is going to be a goal. So Itsuki Inamoto scores against his old club. And BG Tampines Rovers are in front early on here, and it's just desserts, isn't it, for after what we've seen?
Yeah, so many chances, so many attacks. Again, the first touch, he took that third touch. Again, it looked like all of it, all of the ball really crossed the line. Couldn't tell from this one.
It does look like that little puff is behind the line, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this was actually the break that BG needed when they played against Besar Kalsa. Didn't come in that game, but they got it here. It might be a little too late. Hopefully not for the neutrals, for the fans.
19 goals scored this season. Remember, he had transferred across from BG Tampines Rovers, from Young Lions. Here's another chance. That's a very decent save. Joel Chu with the shot. Firman Nabil turns it round the post.
This is where they are going to start.
Joel Chu's reaction says it all. Just a little too close to the keeper, but it's still a good save.
But you got to give credit with you. He got down fast, quick.
That one is just wide from Yamashita.
Again, the quality of the delivery from Joel Chu, especially from the corner kicks, it's been involved quite a fair bit for BG in the first 15 minutes here.
Inamoto. Kunori. Oh, they are scrambling at the moment. It's last gasp defending from Young Lions.
Oh, really difficult situation here, Young Lions. I don't think Shazwan has had a touch at all. So it goes to show how dominant BG Tampines has been. Again, last-ditch tackle there from Ikram Mikhail.
having another go at this. It's just so congested in that 6-yard box. Vast majority of the two teams within that little area. And Firman Nabil there has to get a clean take. He does well. Is there an outlet? Not really. He has to hold on.
Fantastic take there from Firman.
That'll give him a lot of confidence.
Yeah, good on him. Good on him. That's exactly what you want, right?
Yeah.
Goalkeeper just coming out. He was away from the 6-yard box as well.
Sure.
So he was in a fantastic position to just pluck it out of the air. And usually you see goalkeepers just punching it away.
Run made by Rasul. Can't quite get there, skips past him.
First touch for Shazwan.
16 minutes to take. Of course, there was about a 3 or 4 minute wait for the goal decision, but I think he's going to have a very easy game, the way things are shaping out at the moment. It also looks like Kobayashi. See, they're just having a little rearrangement, it would appear. I'm not sure, because he was in midfield, wasn't he, earlier?
Yeah, Ikram now moves up to his position in midfield. Bill goes from dead center to go to the right centre-back position, and Akil goes to the left.
What do you make of these little tweaks now?
I think they are not really successful in building up, and I think there's no organizer here at the back. And again, that's hugely important for a club, or rather a team.
Ethan Pinto looked well offside, and the flag does now get raised.
Yeah, but definitely he was offside when the pass was being made. Of course, he still had to just get on with the game, see what happens. If there's going to be a VAR check. Oh, again.
Oh, wow, he's on, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not far. Can't really tell as well. Maybe just a little, maybe. Could be on.
And you know, I guess as a player now, with the delayed offside, you just have to concentrate on putting it in the back of the goal and let the officials do their job. But you know, I guess there's also in the back of your mind, are you thinking, well, I'm probably offside anyway? You have to kind of just block that out, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, you have a job to do, and which is score the goal. If it's going to be ruled out by VAR or any checks, then so be it.
Yeah. Did he get a touch on that again, by the way, Shazwan? Or is that a wide? It was wide.
It was wide. It was wide.
So that makes it even more frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first real time that they caused any kind of problem, Young Lions. Shafi, who's looking to get that up towards the forwards. Ethan Pitt, far too fast. You're right.
Hang on to the ball a bit more calm, and he did it right in front of his coach.
Well, they are just starting to assert themselves a little bit more. Young Lions. Here's Shahiran. Zlakovic, he loves to get up forward. Looking for Inamoto. Here's Shah Shahiran. Bill Mamadou. Here's Joel Chu. Does well there. Now Glenn Quay. Building up nicely. Inamoto. Shah with a little feint to shoot. Zlatkovic. And that's a wide header from Inamoto. The build-up was good.
Yeah. Good quality build-up from BG. Going from right to left before sending the cross. Inamoto getting ahead of his marker. Shafi Noor Hilman, but couldn't direct it to the goal.
Yes, Kyogo Nakamura. Shah Shahiran goes back to Dylan Fox. Nakamura. Just crowded out there. I guess the only saving grace for Young Lions is that we are pretty much midway through this first half, albeit there's going to be a fair bit of added time, but it's only the one.
Yeah, I think
we have got a score update for you. Maxime Lestienne with a penalty for Lion City Sailors. Remember, a draw puts them just a little bit closer. Onside at the moment would look like Glenn Quay. He squeezes it under, but no, the flag has gone up once again.
Well, everyone thought it was a goal when the music came on. But Glenn Quay was offside. Yeah, I think this time around, there's no... it's not even close. We had two close ones. One for BG and the other one for Young Lions. Good play.
Very nicely done. This is Lim Tung Woo. We haven't said his name until now, really. Russell, I'm not sure who that's for. That's a miss kick from Shazwan. A good aggression there from Young Lions, hustling. They get a corner.
Yep, again, pressure is being put on the mistake by Shazwan. I think there were 3 or 4 players just hunting the ball down. The flick from Russell initially was for Ogawa. And in the end, you look at 2 players really close to Dylan Fox.
Oh, right in front of goal. That was the best chance, the only chance really so far for Young Lions. Russell skies it.
But he was left free. Shahiran left him alone after he was marking him when he was at where Shazwan was. The movement there took Shahiran away from him, created that small little space, but couldn't direct it to goal.
Could it be because it was that late header that came on, and I suppose he had to adjust himself, but well, this has been a bit better for Young Lions.
Well, they grew more into the game, maybe again, change in formation, a change in personnel as well, a bit different in how they are building up because of the change in formation. Now they have 3 players at the back, which is, of course, definitely different when you are playing with 2. Patterns change, position change as well.
there's just been some encouraging moments for young Lions. Can they say that they have weathered this storm for now? It would appear that they probably have for the moment, but you know that BG Tampines Rovers will come roaring back. Lim Tsung-woo. So nice run there, if he can keep it in. No, he can't, can he? Oh, flag hasn't gone up. Andrew out, he's done well. That's an unnecessary foul from Zlakovic. This has been a little bit better, a little bit more promising for Young Lions last few minutes.
Well, Andrew putting in a good shift on the right-hand side now. Just trying to really decide what to do with the ball, and before it was Zlakovic just punting him over. Be interesting, would it, if Young Lions scored this goal, or they scored from this free kick?
Shahiran forced to clear it. Now Yamashita. They want to just kind of take back the reins here a little bit, BG Tampines Rovers. They want to stop this fight back here from Young Lions.
VG, I think, have to really up the tempo again and try to dominate in terms of possession and the chance creation. I think at this point it's quite simple for them to just knock the ball around. They are, all of them are in their half. 21 players are in one half.
Glenn Quay's done really well here. Well, they did the hard part well. He's finally got that. Someone got in the end of his cross. Zlakovic. Now Kunori. I haven't seen actually that much of him till now. Here's Kobayashi. Just stabs it away, only as far as Kyoga Nakamura. Well, Kunori may have just hurt himself. We're going to put that out of play. Really good run here, wasn't it, for Glenn Quay?
Yeah, good run to beat his marker on his right foot, his weaker foot, which couldn't find his intended purpose.
Now it looks to be like is it a shoulder problem? He was kind of clutching it. He seems to have waved away any need for attention. Yeah. Oh, I thought he was going to go off for a second.
I think he has to.
Now, where did this problem occur? Is there any contact there?
No, I think he was just trying to reach out and made some movement for his arm.
Overextend himself? Okay, there he's back on, so that's good. There is Akil Yazid. Kyoga Nakamura, here's Seiya Kunori. comes off the referee. Half an hour gone here at Jalan Besar Stadium. BG Tampines Rovers leading 1-0 to Young Lions. We are into the third last match of the season. It is also 1-0 against Lion City Sailors. Just giving you a summary if you've only just joined us. It would mean if things stay this way, as that comes off Inamoto and goes out for a goal kick, that there would still be an opportunity perhaps. Remember, the two sides will play each other on the last day of the season. That will be irrelevant.
I think every neutral wants to see that happen. Both teams playing against one another for the title in the last day of the season. Oh, another corner kick here being won by Young Lions.
Yeah, so as long as they get a win here today, it is over for Lion City Sailors. Remember, they just need 2 points from the remaining 3 games. It's a big task when they're playing bottom of the table Tanjung Pagar United, who I've got to say looked pretty ragged the other day against Young Lions. It's a big, big ask. All BG Tampines Rovers can do is focus on this one.
The game pace has died down quite a significant bit. Oh, good take by
Very
Glenn
nicely
Quay.
done, Glenn Quay. There's Shah. Now Irfan Najib. What happens now for BG if it all ends on this match? He's just got to pick yourself up and keep going, I guess, right, to the end of the season.
Well, they are professionals. They have to do the job that is being asked of them. They have 2 more fixtures to go after this game. They have to finish it strong, and just look forward to next season.
Dragged wide by Kyoga Nakamura. Well, I mean, they're still in the cup, reckoning for the cup. As are Lion City Sailors. I mean, they'd dearly love to take some silverware away, but it's they're going to feel disappointing, aren't they? They might end up playing LCS in the final.
Yeah, and every team who plays in the league will want to experience some time as a league winner, because it's way different than playing in a cup. The season is much longer.
Yeah,
there has been up and downs in the league. So the experience that you go through, the emotional ride that you have to take on a league is much more holistic. And it's definitely a situation where players want to win the league much more than the cup. But of course, they are not. If, let's say, Sailors wins today and wrap up the title, BG still has the final to look forward to, still can train for and be more motivated for in the run-in towards the end of the season.
Here's Lakovic. That's put out of play. Lim Tung Woo.
Young Lions have to be really disciplined, tactically disciplined as well. And they are defending, because they are defending in a low block. They have 5 players across. back line and with a goalkeeper 6, which means 5 players left to spread themselves out in front of the defensive line.
Oh, lovely play. Sekonori takes the shots. Oh, he's still down. Bill Mamadou was right on him.
Referee pointing to a goal kick. Well, it does look from my angle that it was a corner kick instead.
Clutching his ankle.
Yeah. Look at it again.
You felt that was a deflection here?
Yeah, I thought that. Oh.
Yeah. You have a point there, Hidir. Well, it looks like we're going to have a change, but it's not for BG Tampines Rovers. A couple of players went down earlier, but it's going to be a substitution at the back. And the man who really impressed us the other day, Danish Hakimi, is going to come on shortly. Now hold on, they might have to just revise this. There are 2 players down here. One of them is Akil. Oh, and then that's a bad. That looked not great as well for Irfan Najib. Smacking his head into the ground. It's a hard ground as well.
It looks nice from where we sit, Jalan Besar, but I think it's overly used. No one really maintaining it or even trying to do something about it.
So they've gone ahead, by the way, with that change. Danish Hakimi is on. I was very impressed with him, and I was having a bit of a fun the other day in commentary, saying that he has kind of lived up to his namesake at PSG. He did well in the scored a goal in the Champions League, but actually this young man also impressed. There's bombing runs down the left-hand side, some great crosses, some aggression, good speed. So do you think that, did it look like a more of a tactical move for you, rather than, it didn't seem necessarily a problem with Shafi?
Yeah, not a physical problem, but I think tactically he has been giving his own team a lot of issues, and I think BG also recognized that on the field and straight away put the pressure on him in defense or in attack. So let's see how they react.
Won the ball back here, Sekonori. He's got Glenn Quay. Konori! Oh, that cannons off the upright.
Unlucky for Sia Konori. And again, waiting for that layoff to be made. Trying to aim for the top corner. He didn't execute it as well as he thought he would. This is maybe just 1 or 2 chances that they have really created ever since he scored the goal.
Yeah, it's not been many, has it?
Yeah.
Ethan Pinto up against Irfan Najib. Would that be for you this the disappointing factor that they really maybe haven't created enough?
Yeah, I think you know, you are playing a lesser team. You are pretty much putting in your strongest 11. In a sense, just a little bit of tweaks here and there. You have scored an early goal, and you didn't really build up on that momentum. Build on it, but you put it on the other side of things. They are still leading. They are comfortable. Izwan has had only 1 touch in the first half. Shazwan, sorry.
That goes past Joel Chu. Lim Teng Woo. This is Ogawa. Ball played over the top. Russell. It hits him on the back of his head.
Oh.
Now, is he fouled by Yamashita? Referee is not interested at all. Tells him to get up. No argument from him.
This is exactly what happened in the big Besar outside game. I thought that was a foul. That was a foul. That was a foul. It was a clear foul.
Wow.
Oh wow! A good distance as well in terms of a set piece opportunity for Young Lions. So as I was saying,
Yeah.
tactically,
That comes over to Glenn Quay. He's strong here. Beautiful control, Glenn Quay! And the shot, the sting is taken out of it in the end by Danish Hakimi.
yeah, look at this ball here over the defense, back to his left foot, just playing it across. Yeah.
Sorry, it was Kobayashi who took the sting out of it, but he did well, didn't he, there, Glenn Quay?
Oh, seldom you see Ogawa just give me the ball dead center of the park.
Mamadou, it's a nice ball out towards Danish Hakimi. Has to go back to his keeper here. So he did all right there, you know.
Yeah, just to get it out of the pressure cooker.
Ogawa.
Still keep possession.
Yeah. Here is Jun Kobayashi. Out towards Danish Hakimi. Oh, that's asking a lot, Ethan Pinto. Danish Hakimi is putting some pressure here on Glenn Quay.
Oh,
There's a foul, but did you see much in that?
no. Oh, wow. I didn't think it was a foul.
Is that shoulder to shoulder more for you? Not
Yeah,
much?
yeah, I think I mean, there was a slight bit of aggressive nature of the challenge, but I don't think, I think it's football, it's contact sport.
Shahiran up to Glenn Quay. It's a lovely little take from him.
Yeah, much better game today, Glenn Quay.
You didn't think he was great against Barca
Yeah,
Casa?
yeah, he was poor. I thought he had one big chance in the first half and didn't really take it.
Couple of minutes left, and I'm sure there's going to be a fair bit of added time.
Again, nothing much there, just a bit of momentum.
Here is Shahiran. Out wide is Latkovic. Plugging away. Here's Nakamura. Goal kick. About to hit the 45-minute mark, and there we go, 5 minutes of added time here. Danish Hakimi, nice turn, Ethan Pinto. This time, foul goes in favour of Young Lions.
Good work again from Ethan Pinto, just controlling the ball under pressure and still protecting it. Najib had no choice there but to bring him down.
One minute gone, still 4 left. Here is Danish Hakimi. A little nutmeg there, but it goes out of play.
Well, ineffective one. I think overall, the first half has been quite anticlimactic. I think it started really well in the first 5-7 minutes, and intensity was good, game speed was good, and as the game wore on, it got a little static, lacking a movement in both teams, a bit too slow as well in terms of game speed, especially with Young Lions lacking a really player up front who can provide a threat.
Foul by Bill Mamadou on Mitsuki Inamoto. Yeah, no doubt about that one. Here's Joel Chu. Kyoga Nakamura rides out one challenge. Bill Mamadou's done well. Here's Andrew Au.
Just trying to gain a bit more distance. Foul from Ikram, just banging against the back of Zatkovic.
Vincent Wu and Kyoga Nakamura just having a little argument there.
Oh, the 18-year-old.
He's not being overawed by the Singapore international.
Shouldn't be as well.
Is that going to be a corner? No, goal kick.
Quite disappointing as well in terms of quality in that free kick.
Here's Danish Hakimi. Last minute of the first half. Eventually there, of course, the added time for the VAR check. No foul. Seiya Konori. So one last opportunity in this half. Now Kyoga Nakamura. Joel Chu. Zatkovic, and that's just a bit too far away from Itsuki Inamoto. And yeah, one last chance then maybe off this corner.
Yeah, Zatkovic again, the danger zone where you are going to play the ball to for your striker to attack.
And there's a kind of a half-hearted attempt from Seyakanori, which will be the last kick of this first half, in which BG Tampines Rovers have controlled from start to finish. They got an early goal after a VAR check, the former Young Lions player scoring against his old club, Mitsuki Inamoto. What have you made of the half?
I think a bit one-sided in the sense that possession has been with BG Tampines a lot. Both really didn't create high-quality chances, especially Young Lions. Nothing in attack. Really fair first half. And overall, in terms of entertainment value, is not of good quality as well.
Yeah, they certainly haven't lit up our screens just yet. Halftime score here at Jalan Besar Stadium. It's BG Tampines Rovers 1, Young Lions 0. We're going to have highlights and analysis in just a short while.
And these flags were beautifully made by Iskan's project from
To Jalan Besar Stadium, it's 1-0 here. BG Tampines Rovers versus Young Lions. And well, apart from the goal that we're going to show you shortly, really not too much of note for this game so far. Khidir, as we look back at Shahirun's early shot.
Yeah, this is maybe one of the few that we definitely can show you. But it was again good build-up, good run by Inomoto, being played through, and again that cross not being dealt with by Young Lions. And lastly, that shot, or rather that block by Bill, just managed to save Young Lions.
This was a clearly disallowed goal. He was very much offside here. Inomoto.
It looked like he was in offside by a really big margin, but it was maybe just half body length. And again, it's still a good header from him. He still had to do the job and let the VAR do their job. And again, the next piece of action is all BG Tampines, and this was the one that goal that was checked quite a few times.
Interestingly, both you and I initially thought there was not even a question of going behind line, but then we saw
he was the only one who really asked for anything, because he was raising his hands. He thought that the ball went past the line, and that was 1-0 to BG Tampines. And again, well worked build up there into the attacking third. Joel Chu getting that last touch from that BG Tampines build up. See that expression?
Yeah, he certainly felt he should have scored. And well, it was all BG Tampines Rovers, and out of the blue here, Rasul for Young Lions, with really the only opportunity they've had in this first half.
Yeah, the closest that they came in the first half from a corner kick. Maybe that slight little touch from the defender caught him off guard.
Say Kanori then had an opportunity hitting the post.
Yeah, I think again unlucky from Sia Konori, just guiding it into the top corner, just the wrong side of the post this time.
So let's have a look then at how things stack up so far. I mean, it's about as one-sided as you can get right now, Khidir.
Yeah, 13 shots or 13 attempts, 3 on target by BG. Only just 1 and 0-0 on target for Young Lions in terms of possession. Of course, BG would be dominating, as well as the corner count for that. But I really thought that BG would extend their lead much further after they scored that goal, but again, it just died down towards the last part of the second half.
So let's have a look then at the other game that's happening at the moment. This is at Jurong East Stadium. Lion City Sailors are playing Tanjung Pagar United. Penalty here, and it's Moses, the youngster, who's come in and actually had a pretty good few weeks with the foul on Maxime Lestienne, who picked himself up and then scored right down the middle.
Easy goal for him. I think this might be the goal that can clinch the title for Lion City Sailors.
So that's the only goal that separates the two at the moment in both matches, BG Tampines Rovers and Lion City Sailors. As it stands, that would be enough for Lion City Sailors to take the league championship. We shall see, and in about, what, 50-odd minutes from now, we will know the identity, perhaps, of the SPL champion. For now, we're going to have a break. When we return, it'll be second half of BG Tampines Rovers against Young Lions. Second half here at Jalan Besar Stadium. 1-0 at the break between BG Tampines Rovers and Young Lions. We're going to have changes, one for either side. And Young Lions, Ikram Mikhail, who is just 19, who's playing in midfield. He is being replaced by Ryu Hardy, who's I thought was had quite a decent game the other day against Tanjung Pagar United, maybe a little bit more experienced. So that's that change. Also, Irfan Najib, I think he took a bit of a knock earlier. He is out, and Amrul Adli comes in, who started the last game. Any thoughts on those changes?
I think the change from Young Lions definitely confirms that Kobayashi is going back into midfield with no change in his position. Rio Hardy just coming in to replace Ikram in the midfield, a more natural midfielder, a bit more control, a bit more calmness as well. That's exactly what you need, especially when you play against a team like BG Tampines. For Amirul Adli, I think he's slotting into a position that he has played many times, and it could be a forced change by Gavin Lee.
Yeah.
And again, there's not much change there tactically. Both good defenders, not fantastic in terms of contribution in attack. They will do their job. And I think that will allow Zlatkovic on the left-hand side to just move forward a little bit more and get himself in a higher position.
I mean, Fadzu was not afraid to make a change in the first half. Were you a bit surprised that perhaps he didn't take out Ikram and then bring in Ryu Hardy in that case?
I think at that point in time, Ikram was still doing decently okay, right? But I think as the game is gonna go on, the lack of experience and also the fact that you need a more natural midfielder would be detrimental for Young Lions.
Well, they had a very good start to the first half, BG Tampines Rovers. Let's see if they can replicate that here. The ball in from Sey Kunori. Looking to try and play it out from the back. That can quite often cause issues.
Yeah, it's inexperience there from Cheng Wu, just trying something that's dangerous, unsafe, too much of a risk. Risking losing the ball and concede exactly where you don't need to.
Here is Dylan Fox. Now Glenn Quay. Yeah, certainly lacking that second goal. Would you like to see a bit more, I guess, urgency as well, Hide, from BG Tampines Rovers? Do you think they showed enough of it? Not enough for you?
In the first half, it just died down. It faded out.
Right.
They have to keep the same intensity up for the whole 90 minutes, or at least until they get really, really comfortable by maybe 3 goals or 4 goals. And I'm pretty sure they have the ability to score another 2 or 3, especially when you have the amount of quality going forward. The issue with Young Lions is they don't have anyone up front to make sure that the ball stays up front. The ball is always going to be coming back, especially in midfield or in defense.
I've got to say, I think it's starting to rain here, perhaps, is it?
The smell of rain is
in the air.
Yeah.
BG Tampines Rovers fans will be hoping it rains goals as well. That hasn't quite happened yet. Here's Joel Chu on to Shahiran. Yeah, thankfully, I will say, for those of us in the stadium, at least it's a little breezier, a little cooler in here. It's been very, very hot and humid tonight. Quick touch on from Zlatkovic. Here's Shahiran. Will be a corner.
How long and how much can the Young Lions hold on?
That is the big question.
Oh, I asked the same question when BG played against Belgium, but Belgium did really well.
Yeah, you were very impressed with them that night, weren't you?
Yeah. I thought they played to their strength. They defended well. You don't really say that so often. Oh, look at that take again.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those. Really impressive. The kick is not so much. That's the harder thing to do, the easier thing to do. But they've managed to probably get away with that. Well, Andrew Au was just putting a bit of pressure here on Kyoga Nakamura, who recovered well.
Yeah. Get Andrew Au lacking a little bit of pace and also the extra burst in the first 5 yards.
Oh, ball slipped through Seiya Kanori, but he's done well here. Gets past Akil too easily, and he is unselfish, but Itsuki Inamoto couldn't get on the end of it.
I was expecting him to take that shot. Knowing him.
Yeah, surprising, perhaps.
Look at how deep Young Lions are.
Yeah.
Or should I put it as look how deep they have been, or they have gotten into because of the pressure from BG Tampines.
Which we kind of saw as well in the first, 15-20 minutes of the first half?
Yeah. Well, let's hope that this pressure translates into something more effective and fruitful for BG.
Here is the corner from Joel Chu. That should be, that's going to be a goal kick. Thought it was going to be another corner. That's why the BG Tampines Rovers players are saying, I really did think that came off a Young Lions player.
Well, I thought so as well. Interesting call from the referee.
Let's see now, they can get past this halfway line, start to get a few problems. Danish Hakimi's given that away, but it will be a throw-in. Seiya Kanori. Yeah, he could stop that from... I don't know why he was diving for that to try and stop it from going out for a corner. The goalkeeper, Firman.
Yeah, I think he was scrambling across. Rio Hardy getting that last and final touch. BG players there just like a beehive.
Yeah, really all swarming there. It will suddenly break apart. Rio Hardy and Zlatkovic being talked to by the referee. Another take. This one probably quite easy compared to some of the others. His distribution has been a little bit lacking, but
to me it's fine. I think at the end of the day he needs to make sure that it's safe with him.
Yeah.
And other players can start to build up for him. You might lose that quick release, but at least, you know, you don't concede a goal.
He's been a safe pair of hands in that sense, right?
Yeah. Just confident. You look at him now, his debut, and he has grown into the game. Had a lot of good catches from free kicks, from corner kicks.
And this is his debut, by the way, in the SPL, so even more impressive. Here's Milos Lakovic. Does well, Rio Hardy, to get his body in the way. Hardy is just clutching his arm, I think, and Andrew Howe was down as well. His hand.
Oh yeah, I think there was a step by Shahiran on Rio Hardy. Accidental.
Bill Mamadou. It's a waste, isn't it?
You want to get to the other side of the field as soon as possible, because if you want to move your opponent, you can't really have like 3 or 4 sideways passes. Save some time, you can just hit one of it long.
Danish Hakimi's just heavy touch from him. Amir Ladley pouring forward here.
Poor ball.
Yeah.
Poor ball. Amir, good interception, good running with the ball to a good angle as well, but the release from Amir Ladley was really poor.
They're going to make another change here. No surprises that we are going to see Amir Shafi's.
So let's see what he can do right now. Well, Russell, tough night for him.
Yeah. Had that one opportunity, the only real opportunity that Young Lions have had. But he's one of the more experienced members of this side. Ethan Pinto is fouled there by Yamashita. That's 3 changes now made by Fadzu Hasni, Juraimi.
Number 29.
One of them was at half-time, so he's still got one more opportunity to make a couple of changes if he so chooses. Up, there's space here, Amir Shafi's. I wonder whether he could just throw that across Yamashita. Doesn't clear the ball well. Rio Hardy.
Too slow, Rio Hardy. I think his angle was definitely to take that shot.
Yeah.
I think he maybe thought about it too much.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, Amir Shafi's an air shot. This is good though from Young Lions. Andrew out. Surely no foul there. Just too strong. Zlatkovic is pointing at Andrew Howe to get out. I think you were talking about Andrew Howe and the physicality. He needs a bit more about himself.
It's difficult for him to go past Zlatkovic on the outside. Could have again just taken a shot early and just send the ball into the box where it's going to be a little bit messy in there.
Is that onside? Sekunori, tell you what, the keeper was in no man's land for a bit. Flag has gone up. I've got to say, it's Young Lions are also showing a fair bit of urgency. They're not just looking to take free kicks quickly. They're shifting the ball around.
Yeah, I think they also want to put a good account of themselves, especially in the last few days or the few games.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a really competitive game,
right?
A combative game, but you know they have been within touching distance at certain moments of the game.
Yeah, and it's still coming up to an hour. 1-0. Is that going to change here? Glenn Quay. Akil has to just put that out of play. Quay somehow manages to squeeze it through. Rio Hardy's in the way. They are finding it hard again just to get themselves out of this defensive third. Milos Lakovic. Muruladli up to Glenn Quay. Kyoga Nakamura shaping to shoot. Oh, brilliant goal to the bottom corner. They needed a moment of magic and they got it.
A brilliant shot there from the number 10. Well, last game he was not involved that much in attack, and actually he kept it pretty quiet as well in this game. He only had one shot and one telling pass in the first half, and this time around he just took it upon himself to just gain a bit of advantage, driving forward with the ball before hitting it across. It was down at the bottom corner. Pirman couldn't really get anything out of that shot, but this is exactly what we need. The game needs it as well.
Yeah.
PG Tampines needs it.
That's
Just to-
amazing.
yeah.
That's only his third goal of the season.
Yeah. I think about him, I think he started playing in 2019 much further up the field, and then he went downwards, became more of a controller, number 6 or number 8. Sometimes at where he has been, I think he's stopped contributing in terms of assists and goals for quite some time. He needs to get involved a little bit more as well going forward.
Well, now you would think they've got nothing to lose.
Oh!
Oh, what a shot Amir Shafiz it had. Shazwan Buhari rooted to the spot, but it hits the post. Oh, that would have made things really interesting in the context of this match.
That was the closest
Yeah,
Young Lions have got. And
that's-
Shafi is just setting it up.
that's what he can do.
Wow, the swerve on that ball as well.
Brilliant. That's one of those you just want to go in, just to
Yeah,
reward
yeah,
him for
yeah.
the endeavour, but not to be. Here's Kyoga Nakamura. No look pass. Somehow slips through a few players. Sei Kanori. Finally managed to kind of clear their lines here. Amir's done well, isn't he? Oh, he saw. Keeper well off his line. He's a combative guy.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's just a little bit more spirit now, right?
Yeah,
a bit more
exactly.
fight from Young Lions.
Physically, he can win duels, he can win battles, and that's where, you know, the ball is going to stay further up rather than coming back to Young Lions to defend. But he saw Shazwan off the line, tried a cheeky one there. Why not, right? You just hit the post.
Yeah. But I think, you know, they just need a little bit more of that, don't they?
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be, we've all been in matches, or we've seen matches where one player is like a catalyst and he kind of lifts the team a little bit.
Or play of decent quality or good quality, or even a challenge, right? A duel where, you know, it gets everybody going. For his, I mean, Shaf is 20 years old.
Yeah.
Good for a SEA Games squad.
Yeah, absolutely. That's at the end of the year. Here's Glenn Quay. It should be a corner. bobbles around. I think that was Slatkovic who got a touch. Fairman going to try and get it away quickly. Good moment who gets there. Playing confidently, that goalkeeper, I must say. There's Kobayashi. Wu now hasn't really done too much in the second half, but does earn his team a corner.
That space was being created because of a series of passes that rather pushed BG Tampines to move players to move. That's where the space is being created. Not a bad cross as well. Could have been somewhere in the 6-yard box.
Right.
Kobayashi again organizing the attack for the corner kick.
Let's see if they can do something here, Young Lions. Pull a goal back, perhaps. Needs a better delivery in, that's for sure. Wu. Ryu Hardy. Now they could be stretched here, Young Lions. Seo Konori leading the break. Danish was aggressive. It's going to be a free kick.
Good work for, or rather by the Young Lions. Really quick in terms of players coming back to defend.
Here's Joel Chu. Now Shah Shahiran. Pinging the ball around here. BG Tampines Rovers.
They're really happy to just, playing in rondos in where they are.
Well, they are 2-0 up here. They are comfortable. There's been a few bright moments, I guess, for Young Lions in the second half. No real problems for BG Tampines Rovers. Joel Chu. Player is down here. That will prompt a change. Imamoto, I think he was saying he needs to go off.
Yeah, he went down quite quick.
Is that going to be a Taufik Suparno type of thing, or a Faris Ramli, Yasser Hanapi?
Well, looks like Taufik Suparno is getting ready, putting his shin pads on.
Just awaiting news here about what is going to be happening.
You don't want to get your number 9 out through injury, especially when you have cup games coming.
Why risk it, right?
Yeah.
So 2 changes going to be made here. Joel Chu is also going to go off along with Itsuki Inamoto. Joel Chu to be replaced by Arya Igami. And Itsuki Inamoto, who scored our first goal, to be replaced by Taufik Suparno. Yeah, he's not looking particularly good here. That's a concern.
All of his comfort, how he's walking.
Substitution for BG Tampines.
There we go, confirmation of those substitutions. We've got about 20 minutes or so left in this match, plus some added time. Remember that as things stand, with Lion City Sailors leading in the other match, that Lion City Sailors will be our 2024-25 champions. Nothing really, of course, that they can do about it now.
I think it works well for the Sailors.
Yeah,
because they have
all
final,
those matches coming up. Yeah, they'd like to at least wrap this up. Yeah, they got the final and then the cup semis. Massive match coming up against Sharjah.
I think that's the one that they are looking forward to, really.
Absolutely. And,
it's being played in Singapore as well, at Bishan Stadium. Tickets
see it's been sold out. Yeah, fantastic. 10,000. Great to see.
Also, the AFC Challenge final today could be happening right now at Cambodia.
Bill Mamadou. Ludley there.
Nice to hear the chants and the cheers on the BG side.
Yeah, they know that chances for them to win the title now pretty slim, but they're still giving all their support. Forward by Kobayashi. Do you feel there's overall been a slight uptick in performance from young Lions in the second half, or not particularly?
Just a little bit, just a little bit. I don't think it is much improved, but I think it feels safer.
Right.
They have put Amin Shafiz up front. They have an outlet to play to now, and I think once they play it up there, any half chance can be quite dangerous as well for young Lions. But it's not been enough. I don't think it can be enough as well.
Here's Andrew Au, straight at Shazwan. Here's Milos Lakovic. As we said earlier, they still have to pick themselves up, but BG Tampines Rovers in a cup semi-final. They want to give a good account of themselves and at least give themselves an opportunity to still win some silverware. Here's Amir Shafiz. playing BG Pathum United in the second leg. We'll have another change. There's a cross in from Amir Shafiz. Yamashita here. Yeah, it's very comfortable for them now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think they are playing at a much slower pace, but comfortable as well.
Ariagami, that's gone out of play, surely.
Oh, yeah, Gami has shown a lot of promise in Albrecht, or rather when he was in Albrecht, but haven't really gotten himself in a starting position here at BG Tampines. Good backup player, somebody you can rely on if your first choice wingers are out.
Nice turn there from Ethan Pinto. He's fouled. Glenn Quay is down, by the way. There could well be a change here, I think, for BG Tampines Rovers.
That could be a sign of fatigue as well after playing a game
midweek
a few nights ago. Yeah. The muscles are not reacting as positively as you want it to be.
He's going to go off the pitch for some treatment, and he is also going to go off the pitch permanently from this match. And it means Yase Hanapi is going to be coming on. 4 changes made, that's it now for them. Oh no, they actually have still have... I think that is it for them, really. No, they do have one more opportunity to make a change if they want.
Substitution for BG Tampines Rovers. Player number 11, Glenn Quay, is being replaced by player number 18, Yasir Hanapi.
So now it'll be Yasir plays behind Seiya Kunori. Taufik goes out to where Glenn Quay was.
Yeah, I think it's a more natural choice. Look at that ball from Nakamura.
Taufik, oh, could he have shot there? Yasir.
He left it because I think he might have heard a call from Shahiran. But Arya Igami just took it away from his teammate.
That gets put out of play, but it will be a throw-in.
There's still time for BG to get another goal. They are taking the initiative. They are always present in the attacking third. I think whatever games that's left in the rest of the season, I think BG is definitely looking to just prepare, use that as preparation for the
Semi-final.
Yeah, semi-finals. Stay sharp, tactically work things maybe a bit differently. To play against BG Pathum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think fans here will be hoping it is a BG Tampines Rovers versus Lion City Sailors as the best two teams in the league facing off in the final.
Well, there could be, or there have been rumors that BG Pathum could send the second team to play in SPL next season as well. So,
yeah, a lot of rumours flying around.
Yeah.
We know that DPMM are certainly out of the SPL. Playing in Malaysia next season, so that does open up a space or two. A lot of talk about 10 teams for next season, which is looking to start in August as we shift to that new calendar. Here's Shah Shahiran. 10 minutes left in this match. Ethan Pinto chasing after it. Apart from that one shot from Amir Shafiz, we really haven't had any opportunities. Shazwan again has been a bit of a passenger.
Yeah, I think he's had a really easy game, just directing, organizing from the back, rather than being called upon to make saves.
Everyone just seemed to leave it there, and it's Taufik's shot, which is just wide. Oh, just kind of switched off for a minute.
Yeah, I think I think Bill should have handled it as the ball came through. You look at where Bill is; he could have just stretched it, and at least he could have conceded a corner kick from there. He left it really just unknowingly or knowingly.
It's a decision. Zlatkovic. It's all very comfortable at the moment now for BG Tampines Rovers. Still no goal updates from the other game, apart from the one that we saw earlier on from Maxime Lestienne.
Ooh. Again, nothing intentional there from Taufik Suparno. Just the momentum of him jumping for the cross. Yeah, I think the back of the head.
Yeah.
Hakimi. These are the situations where you have to be really careful. Concussion.
Yeah, falling on this surface is not great.
All smiles from Gavin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's resignation. All you can do is really focus on the cup. Listen, I think many would also argue, Kidi, that they've done well to take it to the third game of this end of the season, right? I mean, don't you think, or not? Or do you think?
Actually,
a lot of people think that LCS would run away with it.
I actually thought that BG Tampines could have gotten the title
Earlier, but because of
a
few bumps.
They didn't have a lot of bumps at the start of the season,
right?
I think
true.
they
were leading it.
Yeah, they beat Lion City Sailors as well during the first round, and I think the way that they played the game is nice for fans to see. It's very technical. The way that maybe a lot of coaches or a lot of fans wants to see the game being played here in Singapore, and they have a quality bench this time around this season.
Yeah.
It's not as if they have like 12, 13 players and the rest are just filling up the bench with youngsters. So they have quality on the bench with at least 4 or 5 players who can change the game. It's just that small little bump on the road where it was a bit continuous. They didn't win games. They didn't play that well, and it always happens during that time of the season for BG Tampines, and they always end the season quite strong.
Right.
Which they are on a good run at this point of time. But it's always that small little bump towards towards the just above the halfway point, towards towards the last part of the season. So it's something that maybe Gavin needs to take a look at. Why is this?
It happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time, right? And I thought that they could have won it. And
so
even if they don't win it,
yeah.
Even if they don't win it, I thought that the title chase could be a
little bit closer. Okay. Well, I mean, last match is a case in point. It's a lovely ball out to Yasir. He's done well here, Yasir. Could have laid it off there for Taufik.
He wanted to go on his own. Yeah, for sure.
It's a cross in, and then Firman does enough. Now, I don't know why, but Zakovic has hurt himself.
Yeah, I think he came running, trying to get to the end of that cross from Yasir Hanapi, and then he just smashed his body across to the post. I mean, Yasir, I'm not sure if he's going to be around again next year, next season, right? So why not, get a goal?
True. Oh yeah, he just kind of collided with the post there. He's okay, thankfully. Those could be quite nasty.
Yeah, same thing happened with Qaim in the last game. He got up straight away.
We are going to have a last couple of changes here for Young Lions. Little cameos here. Ethan Pinto and Lim Tung Woo are going off. Nikhil Ian and Ryan Vishal are going to come on. Going to make a change. BG Tampines Rovers shortly, I guess, with a view to what's going to happen in the coming weeks. And it's Kyogo Nakamura who will come off. Heikel. Wow. I remember that name for a while now.
Yeah, I think he got injured for quite some time. Nice to see him back. Definitely going back to left back here.
It has been a long, long time.
Player number 10, Kyogo Nakamura, has been placed by player number 17,
He's had just 3 appearances this season. His last appearance was almost a year ago, right at the start of the season, before he had those injuries you mentioned. The 24th of May against Ballistic Khalsa last year.
Yeah, I think it could be his ACL, cruciate ligament injury. Zlatkovic here just again.
Yak there. Here's Arya Igami. Yeah, it's Zlakovic goes into kind of a centre midfield, doesn't he? We'll enjoy that. Ball over top from Shahiran. So we're going to come up to added time shortly. There's Yasir.
The fourth official has indicated by playing a minimum of 5 minutes of
Well, we're hearing it's 5 minutes then.
I think BG can definitely pass their way around for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they've managed it quite well. Zlakovic, here's Fox. Yasir, kind of just roaming around at the moment. Shahiran. He slips that through, it's a lovely ball. Sekunori. Just scramble it clear.
Okay, good play, patient, finding their time to go forward. Shahiran with a quality ball, just slicing through the whole defense for Siakonuri to just pick it up. Opted to take that shot. Maybe he could have taken that shot earlier on, the chance that he had.
Yeah. Danish Hakimi. There's Amir Shafiz. Trying to wriggle his way through. Ariagami, just a bit surprised there. Ryu Hardy couldn't hold on to the ball.
Rio Hardy is a good technical player, but sometimes he takes too long.
Too long, right.
Because he's not quick enough to change his body position. He needs to really work a lot more on how his body moves, how quick his body can move. He has a decent passing range as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly can't fault BG Tampines Rovers the way they've managed things.
Yeah, I mean,
right? They're quite good.
Well, there's nothing else they could have done. You know, when it's time to go forward, they do. If not, let's just keep the ball where it's not going to hurt them. Right, they are playing and just drawing players or young lions into a different zone before going into the next.
Here's Taufik. Cuts inside, a little bit of luck there perhaps. Ariagami can't take the shot. Referee sees a foul. It's just entered at a time in the other match. Here is Taufik Suparno. Just can't quite hold on to it. A couple minutes left in this one. Dylan Fox. It's been a very professional job from BG Tampines Rovers. They would have absolutely loved to have got that win, of course, against Bannister Carlson. Dragged it a little bit longer. Looks like it's not going to be the case. Here's Sekunori, is blocked by Aisil. Well, Tokyo, excuse me. Oh, great work, Daniel Hakimi. Finds Amir Shafiz. Ryu Hardy now. Trying to bring in Ryan Vishal. Into the last minute here. Dying seconds of effectively this season it could be for BG Tampines Rovers in the league at least.
Yeah, I think again BG has done well throughout the season, but I don't think that we would be too happy with second place, and also the fact that the title chase has not been really tighter and closer.
And we will probably end this game with a corner.
Well, you see players panting, but you also now see the referee.
Really had to sprint.
They run the most. They need to cover a lot of ground. Still be sharp enough to make good decisions, make good calls.
So that is it for BG Tampines Rovers for this match, and perhaps the season. They will await the result in the other game. As it stands, Lion City Sailors are leading against Tanjung Pagar United. If that match, which ends in a few minutes from now, stays that way, then the title will go to Lion City Sailors. They have done what they had to do here today. That was win. And what were your overall thoughts of their performance?
Very professional. Didn't manage to break a sweat, especially in the first half. I think second half, Young Lions got a bit into their groove. Had one shot which hit the post from Amir Shafiz, especially when after he came on, added a bit of impetus to go forward. But overall, BG was in total control and also had a number of chances that they created that was high quality. My only concern, or rather my only gripe, was that they didn't really score that many goals in the game today.
Yeah, there could have been more. BG Tampines Rovers then win this against Young Lions by 2-0. Let us look back at this match then. We saw that first minute shot from Shah Shahiran, perhaps giving us a taste of things to come.
Yeah, I think they started quick. I think both halves, BG Tampines started really well. Shah Shahiran almost scoring here, especially after good play between the two strikers or the two attackers. Bill Mamadou to the rescue.
Then we had the goal there. And look at that space he had, Inomoto. The shot was a good one, and it took a while before we finally arrived at the conclusion that it was indeed a goal, Hide.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a good call from the VAR team here to take a look at this shot. It hit the underside of it. From this angle, from that replay, we could definitely see that the whole ball went past the line, and it was a good shot as well, no doubt about it.
So that was 1-0, and they kept plugging away. This was Joel Chu's effort. It's a nice save from the keeper, Firman, on his debut.
Yeah, I think Firman played decently, quite safe, especially from corner kicks, collecting the balls, but that was a good chance from Joel Chu here to extend BG Tampines' lead, and Joel Chu knows it as well.
Up the other end, this was the only opportunity Young Lions had. Rasul, right in front of goal.
Yeah, only opportunity in the first half, the closest that they got. I think it was the last touch from Inomoto that got him off guard, or that caught him off guard. And the last action of the first half.
Seikanori with the shot off the upright.
Yeah, but again, another chance gone begging for BG Tampines Rovers. Yeah, Konuri couldn't really direct it towards the goal, and it hit the other side of the post. BG started the first half well. A lot of initiative, and again, it took a moment of quality from Nakamura here to extend the lead.
Absolutely, that was a wonderful shot from him, and yeah, at that point we were wondering where that goal was going to come from.
Again, on his left foot, created that space for himself, saw that bottom corner, and took that shot and rifled it in.
Just his third goal of the campaign for Kyoga Nakamura. Now, this was the only real effort that Young Lions had in the second half. What a shot it was from the substitute Amir Shafiz.
Yeah, I think this was a really good shot. Shot of high quality from Amir Shafiz. The touch, that shot, that swerve as well towards the end. And again, so many chances created in the second half for us to show from BG, but none really ending up as a shot. It was a lot of half chances for BG here, but then again, overall they were comfortable. This was one of the few that they had that didn't manage to get a goal out of it.
Well, looking at the stats then for this one, I think it will not surprise anyone to see just how much BG Tampines Rovers have completely dominated this, and I think the only stat that maybe surprised everyone is the one right at the top.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, you know, with the amount of possession that they had, the amount of shots on target that they had, and also the attempts that is, or the half chances that they created for themselves, it could have been at least 5 for BG Tampines Rovers. Especially look at the corner count, 10 to 3 as well.
Well, I'm trying to even remember how that third shot came about for Young Lions, but anyway, that is how it ended for BG Tampines Rovers and Young Lions. Remember, this is a title-deciding evening, perhaps. Lion City Sailors, the top of the table, up against bottom of the table, Tanjung Pagar United, and it was Moses here fouling Maxime Lestien, dusted himself off and took the penalty. And that, by the way, was the only goal of the game. And that means the new champions for the 2024-25 Singapore Premier League season is going to be Lion City Sailors. They have an unassailable 8-point lead. It's a second ever title for the relatively newly formed club. After 2 years of finishing runners-up, they have got their second championship here.
I think it's been a really good season for them, not just on the local front, but on the continental front as well. But if you look at how they have been performing, they have had 22 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. They have scored a massive 96 goals, and they also considered the least. So they have been efficient up front. They have been efficient at the back as well. They are really tough side to beat in terms of trying to score against them. And it's been thoroughly deserved, and I'm actually quite surprised that they haven't done it earlier.
Well, massive congratulations. They will be happy to have done it now, at least before that crucial final against Sharjah. But it's huge congratulations to Lion City Sailors for their second Singapore Premier League title. They've done it in this 2024-25 season, a massively long season. They've never lost to Tanjung Pagar United. They've won all of the last 16 matches against that team. So we are complete here with Saturday's matches. Tomorrow we have got Balestier Khalsa versus Brunei DPMM. That's at 6 p.m. And at the same time, Geylang International are playing Albrechts Negata. So that brings us to the end of tonight's a huge night for the SPL as it heads off to Bishan Stadium, their title there with Lion City Sailors. But here at Jalan Besar Stadium, BG Tampines Rovers will have to content themselves with runners-up spot. They defeat Young Lions by 2-0. From me, Shazad Haq, Hideo Kamis, and the rest of the team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow evening.